Welcome to the Empowered Essence podcast, where we liberate you and empower you to let your soul lead the way in life and business. I am your host, Laura Lawrence, sharing my thoughts and intimate conversations with featured guests on human design, energetics, and spirituality to provide you with the tools you need to tap into your most authentic self. I am here to empower you to walk away feeling ready to live your most expansive and purposeful life. Let's dive in. Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of Empowered Essence. I am so excited to dive into this conversation because we're going to be talking about generators and manifesting generators. This is the second episode in my energy type series, and gens and mani-gens represent 70% of the world's population. So you represent majority of the world's population. And so what characterizes you as generators and manifesting generators, the commonality is that you all have this defined sacral. And I want to first say, as a projector, I love generators and manifesting generators because I pick up on that sacral energy, that buzzing energy, that life force energy that you have. And when you are so excited and passionate about things, that makes me excited and passionate about things. And that is your gift. When you follow your desires, when you follow the things that light you up, you are empowering others to do the same. And so generators and manifesting generators represent 70% of the world's population. Projectors, reflectors, and manifestors represent 30% of the world's population. And so us 30% are absorbing and amplifying the energy of your defined sacrals. And so the more that you follow the things that you love, the more that you follow the things that light you up, that lights us up too. And it gives us permission for us to follow the things that we desire. So by you focusing on yourself first is actually a huge gift to the entire world. And generators in particular, as well as manifesting generators, have this desire to help people. You want to help people. You have this very caring nature about you. And sometimes, we are conditioned to believe that caring for people means putting yourself second, helping that other person, putting yourself aside so that you can support the other person, putting your needs second. And it's actually so backwards because the gift that you have is to focus on you first, to focus on your desires, to focus on your passions. And when you follow those things, you are supporting me. You are supporting others. You are empowering others to follow their desires, their passions, the things that light them up. So the next time you feel, frustrated or burnt out, it's like going back to, what do I love? What makes me excited, passionate, just completely lit up? Because when you do that, when you focus on you first, you are impacting and making the lives of the people around you better. So I want to start off with that because I think that that's so foundational for generators and manifesting generators. Okay, so diving in. So I'm going to start off with the generators and then I'm going to move into the mani-gens. And there are a lot of common characteristics between the two. So that's why I think it's important just to start with the generators, because both energy types are generators at the foundation. And then there are some nuances for the mani-gens. So as a generator, a pure generator, I like to give examples of celebrity generators, just to give a little bit of context, a little bit of the vibe for what a generator feels like. And so some examples for you to feel into are Madonna, Oprah, and Ellen DeGeneres. And so when I think of these individuals, I think of this just warmthness, this kindness, this compassion for other people. And that is the foundation of a generator. Like I said at the very beginning, you have this desire to help people, to make their lives better. When you're in their lives, you make their lives better. And you have this vivacious energy about you when you are following the things that you desire. And you have this creative energy, this life force energy that is here to be big. It's here to, you're here to be a big dreamer, here to take up space, to be seen, to be recognized. You're here to be very self-aware as well. Really know yourself and know the things that light you up and the things that just make you so excited and passionate. Where you get to that out of alignment theme is when that frustration starts boiling up. So when you're not following the yeses, when you're not following the things that you desire, that's when frustration boils up. And that comes from your sacral. So your sacral is that gut feeling. So you know how when people say, oh, just follow your gut, that is talking to all generators in the world. And so your gut or your sacral is always responding to things. It's like the smell of coffee in the morning. Oh, yes, I want a coffee. Or someone asks you to go for a walk. You're like, yes, I want to get out. I want to get into nature. Your sacral is always responding to the things around you. And so when you start responding to the things that you love, those like hell yeses, then that's when you become magnetic. That's when you like your aura expands and it envelops the people around you. When you start saying yes to things that you don't actually want to do because you're people pleasing for fear of what other people might think, or you think you should be doing something, that's when that frustration starts boiling up, when you've said yes to things that you don't actually want to. And so the sacral, like I said, is always responding to things, opportunities, clients, situations, all of that. And so tapping in and building this really deep connection, this understanding or this feeling of what that gut response is, that sacral response. And for some of you, it's like this, like, hell yes, or this, like your stomach smiling. Like for everyone, I feel every generator that I talk to, they have like this different way of describing how their sacral responds. But for, making a decision, and especially the bigger decisions in life. So what program am I going to launch in my business? Buying a house, choosing a partner, those bigger decisions in life, making an investment into your business, those ones that like are like these like hell yeses, 100% what that feels like. It's those other, the gray area ones. And how do you distinguish? And so there's a hell yes, for sure. There's the no that for sure. But how do I distinguish the ones that are in the middle? So sometimes those, the ones that are maybes are actually no's. So you're letting the shoulds come in. Well, that makes logical sense, or I should do that, or that would make that person happy. And when you're finding yourself saying I should, because that would make them happy, all of those sorts of responses, those are actually no's. That's how you distinguish that. And then sometimes it could also be that you don't have the right thing to respond to. It's just, you need something to respond to that like gets you like really excited. And so sometimes like your sacral's just not responding yet, and you just need to wait that out. So waiting for your sacral to respond. So there's a little bit of patience that comes from that. So if it's not a hell yes, it's a no. And it could be a no for now. It doesn't mean that it's a no forever, but that's just a little bit of how to distinguish there. And so, like I said, sacral is always responding. And because your sacral is always responding to things, your desires might change moment to moment, day to day. So you're actually not meant to plan. So I know that, when we think of business, when we think of life, like everybody wants to plan out their life, their days, their months, their weeks. I have this schedule, I need to follow it. And so allowing some sort of flexibility in your plans to allow your desires to change. That is also really important, because one day, you might be so lit up by, doing social media posts, doing all the things in your business. And then the next day, that's actually not what you feel like doing. And allowing yourself to ebb and flow with where your desires and where your sacral is taking you, that's the best thing for you. And so so you're not meant to make long-term commitments except for your mastery. And what I mean by that is all generators have a desire to master something. So oftentimes I find clients that I've worked with, they've, early on in their careers or in their business, they've changed paths quite a bit. And all of that, so to the outside world, it just looks like they're changing jobs, they're changing careers, they're trying different things. But what's actually happening is you're trying to build this mastery. And so there's usually always like a common thread that goes amongst each of those changes, all of those opportunities. And so it could be leadership, it could be teaching, it could be a sales, there could be various things, like just like having this like business acumen. So there could be various things that like weave the thread. And so to the outside world, it doesn't look like they make much sense, but to you, you're trying to build this skill set. And eventually at some point, it'll all come together and it'll be like, okay, yes, yes, yes. So there is this desire to master something. And this goes back to like the desire to be seen and to be recognized. So when you have this thing that you master, you become known for it, you become seen, you become an authority in your space. And so that's something that you desire. And that's probably, I will say, is probably the only thing that is like really, truly a long-term commitment for you, is this desire to master something. And so I would love for you to take this opportunity to kind of like look at your path. If you're feeling a little bit lost, or you feel like you've hit a plateau in your business or your career, take a look at what's kind of that common thread. What is that theme? And so if you're feeling like you're stuck, if you're feeling like you've hit this plateau, where do I need to deepen my mastery? Where do I need to go deeper in order to really be that authority and to be seen? That's something that it would be so valuable. And so it could be taking another course. It could be working on your mindset. It could be working with a coach, whatever it is. Like, what is that thing that's going to help deepen my mastery? Because I love what I do. I love being a coach. I love whatever it is that I do. It's just something's not working and I don't know what it is. When you're finding yourself in that position, it's a really good opportunity to see, where can I deepen my mastery? So that's a really good overview of the generators. If we're moving over to the manifesting generators now, so a lot of this, so if you are a Manny Gen and you're listening to this, a lot of this might have resonated with you, talking about the pure generators. But the big difference between the gens and the Manny gens is this multi-passionate nature that the manifesting generators have. So unlike the generators who want to deepen their mastery in this one thing, the manifesting generators are very multi-passionate. They have no constraints to do just this one thing. They're here to try multiple things. So I've worked with clients before that are real estate agents. They have a design company, and then they also have like a boutique decor store. So they all have, a general theme to it. It's all like making your home beautiful, but they have these multi facets to their business because they're just so passionate about these things. Or it could be that they're not connected at all, but they're just so passionate about it. Your job is really just to be the biggest, most passionate, most fun, most playful person that you desire to be. Because when you are so magnetic. So some really good examples of celebrity manifesting generators are Tony Robbins, Beyonce, Miley Cyrus. These like big personalities. When they are in their power, when they are doing their thing, like they are just so magnetic. And so, like I said at the beginning, you are first and foremost a generator, but you have a bit of those manifestor qualities in you. So all manifesting generators have a defined throat center. And so your defined throat center is what helps you manifest the things that you desire. And our throat center, so when we speak the things that we desire, we manifest really quickly. So I also have a defined throat, so I know the power of it. But for the manifesting generators, the more that you speak, the more that you share your truth, the more that you get out there and share your passions with the world, the more that it is felt. And so it's not about being too big or being too much or not being very professional. Those are some of the things that often come up for manifesting generators. It is about being seen, and it is about being big. And so not to have shame around those things, because you're meant to be you. And so the right people will resonate with your message. You're not for everyone, and that's okay. The right people will resonate with your message when you truly step into the things that you love and the things that you desire to do and to say. So success comes for you when you're being playful and not too serious. So it's about being authentic. It's about tapping into that natural magnetism. It's about changing and reinventing yourself. There's this like impatience that's just so natural within the manifesting generators. You want to try all the things. It's like life is just like a smorgasbord for you, and you want to try and sample all of the things. And that is totally you, and that is totally okay. So this might resonate for some people. Oftentimes manifesting generators feel this shame around trying new things all the time. And, potentially having ADHD, or they jump from thing to thing, and they have this shame around this. And it's not about having shame. It's about allowing yourself to try new things, to develop your skills, to be big and multi-passionate, and have no shame around it. When you're in business, when you have all of these ideas, sometimes, if you do feel like you're jumping from thing to thing, and then all of a sudden you're burning out or you're not passionate about things anymore, sometimes what might actually be helpful for you is just writing down a list of the ideas, the business ideas that you have, the programs that you want to launch, and sitting on it. So that might be helpful for you. And then coming back to the list in a couple of days. Am I still truly excited and passionate about it? Like tapping back into that sacral to say, okay, is my gut still like a hell yes? Like, am I still really excited about it? Am I still really passionate about it? Because if you are, then yes, by all means, go ahead with it. Sometimes the manifesting generators can jump the gun a little bit and, take on too much at one time, but having lists and things like that you can come back to and tap back into that sacral might help if you're finding that you're jumping into things too quickly, you're taking on too much. It's just slowing down and being able to trust yourself in terms of the right timing to respond to things. Having a team also helps with those sorts of things. If you're in business, you've got all of these ideas, like the manifestor in you is all of these, you're the visionary, you've got all of these ideas. And sometimes you just need that help to bring things to life. So having a team also helps with those things. But it's really all about trusting yourself, because from the outside world, a lot of people are just totally in awe of you, because not only do you have that life force energy of the generator, the get up and go, the do, you also have the manifestor qualities, which is this visionary quality that you can see how things work and into the future and what trends are and how things should be. And so not only do you have that visionary CEO quality, you also have the ability to do. And so a lot of people are in awe of you because you have the vision and you can bring it to life yourself. And so manifestors don't have that ability to bring it to life themselves. They often have to have a team to help bring them, bring their ideas and vision to life because they don't have that consistent energy. And then the generators don't always, the pure generators don't always have that vision that you have, that into the future vision. And so a lot of people are in awe of you and just find it so fascinating how you're able to come up with these very creative ideas and then bring them to life. So trust yourself, harness that energy. You know, when you're always tapping back into that sacral, you know, you can just have this intuitive knowing that you're following the right things, that you're trusting your gut, you're following in the moment. And you do move like very quickly, like you are in the moment, like, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. And then also having this time to like rest and retreat. So you don't always, so a lot of people say, oh, the manifesting generators are go, go, go all the time. And you are, but also allowing yourself some time and space to just like rest and relax when you need it. And your rest and relax might not be like the manifestor or the projector rest and relax, where it's like, I need like a whole weekend away. Like your rest and relax might be like an afternoon by the pool kind of thing. But whatever that is for you, know that just because you are a manifesting generator and you can go, 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 it does not mean you always have to go, go, go. So if you do feel called to pull back, that's okay too. Trust your sacral, trust that gut knowing, trust that feeling of what that is for you. I mentioned at the beginning that, you know, something that comes up often for the generators is this like frustration. So when you're out of alignment, there's this frustration. So this is common for both generators and manifesting generators. If frustration comes up in your life, in your business, with your family, all of those sorts of things, it's just this opportunity for you to ask yourself, am I saying yes to things that I don't actually want to say yes to? Am I overextending myself? Am I moving quicker than I need to? Ask yourself, why is this frustration coming up? Am I not truly expressing myself the way that I want to express myself? Do I need to deepen, you know, my mastery? Do I need to slow down? Do I need to look at something differently? Why is this frustration coming up? And then your signature is satisfaction. And so for all gens and many gens, your signature is satisfaction. So when you feel satisfied, when you feel like things are just like trucking along, that things are good, like, you know, you're just sinking into the pure joy, the pure excitement, the pure passion of whatever it is that you're doing in this moment. It's really all about just being super, super present in the moment and making sure it's something that you love and excites you and you are so passionate about. And that could be, you know, waking up in the morning and having the most delicious espresso in the morning. It could be watching the sunset at night. Like it can be like just these like simple, pure joys, but asking yourself, like, what does satisfaction mean to me? What does that feel like? Is that time freedom? Is that spending time with my kids? Is that doing something that my heart races? You know, is it working with my client? Like, what is it? Like, what does satisfaction feel like for you? And I actually encourage this for all energy types. Like when you're talking about your signature. So projectors, what does success mean to you? What does surprise feel like to you as a reflector? You know, what does peace feel like as a manifestor? So all energy types, I highly recommend identifying what is your signature, what is your alignment theme mean to you? Because the more that you can define that, the more you can move towards that, the more that you can align yourself to those feelings, those sensations, those how you go about your day, when you can infuse more of that into your life. And then when you can identify those times that not self theme comes up, it's like, oh, why is this coming up? And it's not to shame yourself. Everybody, as a projector, I feel bitter regularly, but I've learned to allow myself to pinpoint when that feeling is coming up and it's like, okay, I'm recognizing it, I'm acknowledging it. How can I shift this? And it's not that I need to, make myself feel bad for feeling frustrated, but it's like, okay, I'm observing this. What caused this? Why am I feeling this way? How can I shift this? Just becoming like a lot more aware and curious of these things. And like I said, not to shame yourself, but just looking at how could I do things differently next time or on a day-to-day basis. So that's an overview of my generators and my manifesting generators. And I just, like I said, I love the Gen and the Mani Gen energy. You just bring so much light into the world, this passion, this excitement. And so always focus on you. If there's one thing to take away from this episode is, if there was one thing to take away, just focus on you. What is it that I love? What is it that I desire? What lights me up? What makes me happy? What makes me excited, passionate, just full of energy? And sometimes making those shifts and changes in our lives, if we don't love our jobs right now, as an example, or love the things that are going on in our business right now, how can I, take away the shoulds? What is society expecting of me? What is my husband expecting of me, my partner, my kids, my family? Like, come back to you. Like, what is it that I desire? And when you start leaning into that and trusting that and moving with that, that sacral response is going to get louder and louder. I know I've talked to a few generators and manifesting generators on my podcast already. And the common thing from every single one of them is that it's like an exercise. It's a muscle that you've got to exercise. So listening to that sacral, it's like, okay, that's a hell yes. And you know what? Fears come up. You're making a big investment in your business. You're changing your brand, changing the niche that you're focused on, changing careers, moving houses, whatever it is, these big, big decisions. There's always fear that comes up, but it's trusting yourself enough that it is the right move for you. And as you do that, that muscle or that sacral starts getting louder and louder and louder, and you can start trusting that more. And what's a hell yes for you and then what's a no. So that's something that's, I think, just so important for the gens and the Mani gens to really sink into and to learn and become intuitive through their body and through that gut sense. All right. Okay. So I feel like we've covered a lot here, and I hope that you've got a lot out of this. I love just sharing information and wisdom and knowledge. I would love if you sent me a DM and told me, oh my God, Laura, I got so many aha moments from this. I would love for you to send me a message and let me know. I would love for you to leave a review, whether you're listening through Apple Podcast or Spotify, whatever platform. I would love for you to leave a review if you took a lot away from this episode, whatever it is. As a projector, I love to feel seen. And so when you provide feedback like that to me, that makes me feel so, so good. And I so appreciate anyone who takes the time to do that. So thank you so, so much. And if you want to dive more into human design, maybe you are a coach, a healer, or an online entrepreneur who works with clients and you really want to see them deeply. Maybe you've learned a lot about yourself through human design, but you want to bring that into your business so that you can see your clients deeper, so that you can create these massive transformations and results for your clients. My pre-sale is open for my human design coaching certification. So this is a 5-month certification. It is called Aligned Leadership. It is going to be absolutely incredible. There are 10 spots available. 3 spots are taken right now as I am recording this. And It is going to be just a 5-month journey into human design so that you can truly understand your clients at such a deeper level. And it is going to be so awesome. But for anyone who joins during the pre-sale, you will also get access to my Empowered Essence Human Design and Business course. So this is what really dives into how to market yourself, how to sell, how to manifest the things that you desire in your business at such a rapid rate because you know yourself at such a deeper level. So that's my Empowered Essence Human Design and Business course. So you get instant access to that if you join during the pre-sale. You also save $1,111 if you join within the pre-sale. And there's also extended payment plans. So there's 8-month extended payment plans. So from my perspective, I would get in. This is available till the end of October. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me at any time. I am happy to answer any of your questions. But until next time, keep shining your light. Thank you for tuning in to today's episode of Empowered Essence. If you loved this episode, don't forget to leave a rating and review on your favorite platform. And until next time, keep shining your light.